This is Steve, and I'm here with Sheriff Ken Freeze. We're going to talk about a variety of topics today. The first one is the training facility that you've proposed building. It's actually, I think you've started construction. It's out on North Adams Center Road.
Adams Center Road in Paulding. We have about 195 acres that we were able to get, and so far we have 3 shooting ranges that are done now, paid for courtesy of a drug dealer that we were able to take the 7,000 pounds of marijuana and $1.5 million in cash. And under federal seizure laws, we got 80% of the money. So we took that money to start on the shooting range.
And the money for this is all private. There's no public money involved in this.
We are, in fact, I had a meeting this morning with the news media about that, and I said, my goal is to make sure this is privately funded, whether grants, donations, whatever. Taxpayers, yeah, I should probably pay for it, but I want them to pay for it voluntarily. I want them to say, yes, I think this is a good project and we'd be willing to put money towards it. I don't want to do bonds. I don't want to go out and increase taxes. I pay taxes. I'm tired of paying taxes, and I want to make sure that this gets built with private money.
What are some of the components that are going to be there?
This will be, and I've had many people from actually across the country look at the program, and they have never seen anything like it, because it has a scenario city where fire, police, EMS all train together in a city setting where we can train for mass disasters. Currently, we don't really have a place that we can train together for mass disasters. It's got a 2.1 mile driving course, which is really, that's what I'm pushing for, because that's where I know we can make a difference. I have made way too many death notifications throughout my career. And I often say, if somebody had done this 27 years ago, how many of those would I have not had to make? And at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're sitting in somebody's driveway waiting to go up and ruin their lives, it leaves an indelible mark. I want to make a difference. We need to get that driving course built so we can have teen drivers out there driving, so I can teach them. This is what happens when you go off the right side of the roadway. This is how you recorrect, get back on the road. They make tiny little mistakes that end their lives. And that's something we as a society have to change. I'm not going to sit back and wring my hands and say, boy, I wish we would have. I'm going to say, no, we're going to. We're going to make a difference.
Talking about shooting ranges that you're going to have out there, that's one of the questions I think that comes up with citizens is, don't we already have that at the Public Safety Academy?
We have a very nice indoor training facility at the Public Safety Academy, and I often refer to it as right and the left hand. They've got a great indoor training facility. This is a great outdoor training facility. Most police shootings are going to take place outside. It's nice to be able to shoot in a climate-controlled area where there's no snow, no freezing rain, no wind, but most of the shootings are outside. And this gives a great outdoor training facility. We have 3 handgun ranges currently, plus there'll be a 500-yard rifle range. Currently there's no place to shoot rifles. I was a sniper for our SWAT team. Luckily I have land where I can go out and shoot. Our other snipers have to travel many miles to go find some place to shoot outside. So we will have a place here in Allen County where we can shoot. And the beauty of it is I also want to open that up to the public. When you come and get a handgun permit in Allen County, I want to give you a pass where you can come out to our range. We'll have a firearms instructor show you how to handle your gun, how to safely shoot your gun, and safely store your gun. We had a 3-year-old killed one day when his mom was downstairs getting ready for his birthday party. He never got his birthday party because he found her gun upstairs. And that's one thing we can prevent. We need to teach people, when you get a gun, this is how to safely handle it, safely store it, safely shoot it, rather than just getting a gun and think, someday if I need it, I'll have it.
I think there's also been some talk of not just maybe opening to the public, but regionally as well for other law enforcement through the area. Would that include maybe into Northwest Ohio?
This will be a tri-state. This will draw people from all over the tri-state area to Fort Wayne, Allen County. People have looked at it and said there is nothing like this in the world. The guy from the governor's office met with him Thursday of last week. He was shocked. He said, I have never, ever seen anything like this. That's most of the time government worries about government. He said, I have never seen where the government's worried about the people, where you're trying to get the private sector in here and get the kids out here driving and the elderly out here driving on a closed course where they can make their mistakes before we put them on the road and say, good luck. And I've said driving shouldn't be on the job training, and for our teenagers that's what it is, and it can't be. Too many die.
You've also have some fundraising events coming up that I know that we've got the circus coming to town. There's a cruise opportunity. Want to talk a little bit about those?
Kind of out-of-the-box fundraising ideas, which people have questioned is, never have we seen a government entity do that. And I said, well, I'm breaking the mold. We are trying to raise money through private donations however we can. Doorway Promotions got a hold of us about the circus, and guaranteed you will not lose any money. Guaranteed. You won't make a whole bunch of money, maybe $10,000, But the nice thing is it gets the word out about the training center. So we may have 5,000 people come out to the circus that didn't much pay attention to the training center, and they have just made a donation to the training center. So along with the circus, they get the knowledge of what we're trying to get done, and hopefully then that spreads. Same thing with the cruise. We're not going to make a fortune on it. We will make some money on it, but it gets the information out about the training grounds and what we're trying to accomplish, and hopefully from that then grows more donations. But this is something that we as a community need to get together to do, because it's for everybody. It's not just for fire, police, and EMS. It is for your teenage son, for your teenage daughter, your granddaughter, kids that you know, because believe me, I made over 50 death notifications. They leave a mark, and we need to make a difference.
Okay. Anything else about the training facility that we've missed?
It will be, I have said from the start, I don't want it to be a 2x4 with a piece of plywood. When people come here from around the state and around the country, I want them to say, you should see what they've done in Fort Wayne, Allen County. And when they leave, I want them to go back and say, you should see what they're able to accomplish through unconventional means. I mean, through having a circus, through having a cruise, and private donors paying for this. I was asked this morning, well, has any other government entity you know of done this? And I said, no, maybe they will all start.
I guess we're talking about private funding to build the facility, but then once it begins operations, where will the funding stream for that be from?
All of it should be from the operations of it, because the driving course will be able to rent out. We already know we have sports car clubs wanting to rent the course. They want to rent it now before it's built. They're willing to pay $4,000 a weekend to rent the course, and there are many different clubs that do that. Plus, when we have schools come out, they will pay a fee to have the students come out and drive the course. Same with the range. When we open that to the public, there will be a fee. That fee will then pay for the operations course. And the one thing that we're doing that's different is we're building as we go. We're not taking out loans. We're not getting out bonds that we're going to pay off in the future. We build as we go, so we always keep enough money in reserve that we can pay for operating costs until we start generating revenue from the leasing of different parts of it.
Well, if I remember right, that was one of the selling points of the Public Safety Academy, was that once this is operational, it's going to pay for itself, and we haven't seen that yet. So what's the difference?
Oh, and I said from the start, and there were people unhappy with me saying, you can't build what people don't want. We have classrooms to do training, and the Public Safety Academy is a great indoor training facility. It's got great classrooms, it's got the great indoor range. But we couldn't afford to spend $150 a day to rent a classroom. Most other agencies around here couldn't, so they had to come up with other funding mechanisms for the Public Safety Academy. And one thing that they could do that I know they're trying to do is put on schools from outside the state. Have some big name people come into schools so they can sell spaces in that and generate revenue. But for the day-to-day operations of having a classroom, they think another agency, Allen County, Wells County, Adams County, is going to come up and rent that classroom for a day. Isn't going to happen. Will never happen. Now, they do generate revenue from Ivy Tech and other schools being out there. But that's why this driving course, this outdoor range, this Scenario City, the Canine Training Center, all this is going to be out there will generate revenue because nobody else has it. In order for us to go drive for the police, the only place we have in the state of Indiana is down in Plainfield, Indiana, by Indianapolis. So this will not only be for the northern part of the state, this will be for the entire region, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana. It's going to generate a lot of economic income because people are going to travel here and they're going to have to spend the night someplace. They're going to spend money on food. They're going to spend money in Fort Wayne, Allen County. So it's another part that really people haven't even thought of. That this it'll be a busy place when we get it done.